Like my mug? Made it myself, sort of. This is definitely going to be on one of the episodes soon enough. What? Oh. I just found a deck of cards under my bed. There comes points in our lives when we have to make big decisions, which have large effects on our lives. Some of these decisions could be, you know, like what to eat for lunch, what tie to wear to a party, and what career do you want to go into. Society often has us make these decisions like right when we get out of high school, which is, you know, obviously a great time. I mean, you just got out of high school. You know everything. Why couldn't you make these kind of decisions? For my education, I chose to take a science major with like a concentration in music. Try and figure that one out. It's interesting to see both sides of the educational equation. You know, you'll wake up one day and you'll go into genetics lab and you'll be like transplanting yeast and stuff like that, and it'll be really cool, and you're like, oh, I could definitely see myself doing this. And later in the day I walk over to the music center and take some of my music classes, and I think the same thing. I think this is so cool, I could definitely see myself doing it. And it's so frustrating. And the fact is, it's so confusing. Like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I barely know what I want to do tomorrow or what I want to eat in an hour. Why should I have to make decisions like this that affect the rest of my life? And that's probably the hardest thing about these decisions, is that you won't know that you made the right decision until much later. Some decisions you make are immediately gratified. You know if you were right, like taking a test. You get your answers turned in a week later and you know if you were right or if you were wrong. These big choices don't let you have the answer until later. So why should we be left with these decisions? You know, why should it be up to us? And I think the only thing to say is, like, who else would make the decisions? You don't want someone else choosing what to do with your life. You have to make these decisions and come to these points on your own. It's just so scary. I'm really being a downer today. I'm one of those people who likes to do a lot of different things. Pursue music and science and theater and all different kinds of things. And I look to the future and I try and figure out how are these things going to fit into my life, and I don't know. And recently the whole idea of making these crazy decisions has been upon me because I've just been really contemplating my future for whatever reason now more than ever. And for the longest time I didn't get it when people were like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. I get it now. It's scary. Because up until that point, everything just kind of fell into place with me. It just seemed natural. Like, once I got out of high school, I was going to go to this school because I got scholarships to this school, and it just worked out nice. Now I'm being faced with choices, and I don't know what I want to choose. I don't know where to go, and it's killing me. A few days ago, I just got so stressed out, I just laid down on the floor. Like, in the middle of the living room. Like, that was my coping mechanism. But I'm trying to make these decisions, and I won't know if they're the right decisions for a long time. Years, decades maybe. And it's terrifying. And I hope I find out soon enough, and I hope I get some assurance. And that's really what I was looking for when I was laying on the living room floor. As I was looking for some kind of assurance, someone to talk me through, and I just prayed for some kind of guidance. Later that evening, I was able to have a great discussion with my parents, and they were able to just make things a little bit more clear, and it was truly a godsend. And there was something that my mother said to me that just really made things very clear to me. She said, a lot of times with these big decisions, the only thing you can do is take the next step. And that's what I have to do. I have to just keep taking the next step. And like I said, that's what's scary with these big decisions, is you won't know if you're right for decades, years, months. Why am I getting smaller? At that point, you're kind of just living on a hope and a prayer that you've made the right choice. So I think if I wanted you to pull one message from this video, it would be that no matter what choice you're facing, no matter what you're going through, take the next step.